Obviously, you were in a Palace team that was cruelly denied a UEFA Cup spot at the time. You finished third that season. Obviously, Liverpool's ban was overturned by UEFA. And it almost feels like a deja vu, like football politics has got in the way of progress here.
It does feel like the little football club has been pushed aside for somebody with a bit more money. From what I can get, I've not been able to really go into detail with what we've been doing, but I've watched Steve Parish talk about it on social media, and I think it just sounds like they found a loophole how not to allow Palace to qualify for this competition, which they rightly have done through the FA Cup.
Now, when you cast your memory back, it was an extraordinarily good Palace team, arguably their best ever side. Lots of Palace fans would say that. There was a team in the 80s that was also very good. But just tell me a little bit about the disappointment of being denied that season. I mean, from a player's point of view, I mean, was there doubts during the season? Can you just cast your memory back to that particular season?
Yeah, well, I think the obvious thing that happened as soon as we didn't qualify is that we lost key players. With the likes of Ian Wright and Mark Bright, Andy Gray, numerous players who got England caps, John Solarco. Well, there was, like you say, there was a really good nucleus of a really good side. And if we were in Europe, then that obviously would have allowed us to increase the player power, but also look to get the stadium up to some sort of order. They've been talking about redeveloping, but that would have been a perfect opportunity. Likewise, this. And it just seems that history is repeating itself.
It was sort of almost a watershed moment, wasn't it, really? The club could have gone in one direction or could have gone the other. And unfortunately, it went in the other direction, didn't it? Because of that, losing all those key players.
Yeah. I mean, we did well in the FA Cup in our first season in the top flight. And then after just falling short there, we finished, like you say, third. And it just felt like we were a team that was really gelling and building. We're all a group of guys who were probably, in some ways, last chance to make a name for ourselves. And collectively, we were doing that. We were such a tight bunch and very similar. I can see very many sort of similarities to the squad and the present day squad in characters and in skills and everything. And like I say, it's really frustrating, I'm sure.
Obviously, a lot of great players in that team that went on and made lots of appearances for their country and Premier League appearances. Do you think that Palace team actually would have done well in the UEFA Cup had it been given that chance?
I really do, and I think it's hard to say once it's gone and that opportunity's gone. But I do think we had the abilities to really upset some of the bigger clubs in Europe at the time. So we'll never know, will we? And that's the frustrating bit. We'll never know what looks like with this present side either.
And it's the fans that suffer with this, isn't it? Because you support a team thinking that one day your club can actually achieve something. And of course, almost won the FA Cup. Obviously had that fantastic season. And to have played in Europe against some of these top European names, that's what the fans are waiting for. That's ambition.
I'm sure it was a pipe dream for clubs of that size, a pipe dream for any club like to get into Europe and to achieve it, and then have it taken away for some rules or some like us. It's funny how when we qualified for Europe, then all of a sudden this ban was lifted on a great side. No getting away from that. Everybody wanted Liverpool to be in Europe, but they were banned for fan trouble, and all of a sudden when we qualified, that was overruled. And like I say, it's frustrating more so for the fans, especially this time, because they have been a real sort of force behind the team. I think they've built a reputation over a number of years now as being the most vocal. And I experienced that at Wembley. It was such a great day out. And obviously everybody was dreaming about the next step. And that sadly seems to have been taken away.
They let Liverpool back in with about, I think it was 4 games to go, wasn't it? Something like that, 3 or 4 games to go. And Ron Nodes was obviously saying, well, hold on a minute. We started the season where we're aiming. We know that position's going to get us into Europe if they're one of the top twos. And then you bring it to 2025 and there's this arbitrary deadline that's been set about with John Textor, of course, he had no chance of meeting that deadline.
Yeah, and that's what I just heard of Steve. I mean, it sounds like there's loads of deadlines that don't get met, or clubs do it at the last minute, and probably some people don't even know what deadlines are in place. So without knowing the full details, it's difficult to have any opinion on it. But yeah, it's just frustrating for everybody.
There's still the appeal. They could appeal it. But the worst case scenario is Palace will be playing in Europe. I know it's the Conference League. I'm a West Ham fan. We won the Conference League and we enjoyed it. So there is that to look forward to at least.
Well, yeah, at least. I mean, it seems that competition, you need to go quite a way down it before you start having that party atmosphere. It took to get to the semi-finals before West Ham's fans started to really enjoy it. It's probably just another game to go to, which is more trauma on the pockets more than anything. But I think it's frustrating. I just think it's frustrating when somebody qualifies for something which is rightfully theirs. That's taken away. But if it is a case of that we get demoted to a lesser competition, then I'm sure the Palace fans will enjoy a couple of days out here and there.
And just finally, I mean, obviously Steve Parish is fighting it, but I mean, he's done a fantastic job for the football club, hasn't he? We spoke previously about this, but to actually be in this position is because of people like him. Yeah,
and there's people that really rescued the club. People like Steve Browett, the original four, really, that got the club back on an even keel. And it's just, you can see the club is going places. And we've taken 2 steps forward, 1 step back with this decision, but it's still very much to look forward to. We've got a great side. They've added to it this summer, and let's go again. Let's see what happens this season. That's all you can do. That's all you can do.
Well, Geoff, thanks very much for your time, and good luck for those final few days on the Tour de France. And I honestly admire what you do. I mean, to actually do that, the amount of times that you've done it as well is extraordinary.
Oh, I mean, it's been tough, but we've had a good bunch of guys doing it, raising quite a bit of money. We're nearly up to £700,000 now, so hopefully get to at least 800 before we finish. But fingers crossed.